because I really miss hanging out with people much more than I expected to. I mean, I fill my weeks so that I'm incredibly busy, and I moan all the time that I've got no time to do anything. But the other things that I want to do all involve visiting people. So, you know, I go fencing training, but I don't do it on my own. I miss my coach so much. Love you, Sharon. I miss hanging out with the people at club. I miss the kids I see there. I miss the kids I see in schools when I'm able to go on school visits. They're not friends, they're just people I like to be among people. And then there are my belly dance girls, and once a week we get together and we do a dance class anyway, virtually in space. But I just miss being able to hug them and be silly with them, and that's a hard thing to do over a WhatsApp group. My writer friends, you know, I am really used to spending time with them, meeting up in London and going to book launches and seeing them online, and all the events I organise and I'm part of through SCBWI, and all of that's had to be cancelled. And that's really upsetting because it feels like there's nothing to look forward to. My book club, you know, made up of women that I have known since my kids were little. I've been part of the same book club for 15 years. I think it must be 15 years or something. And we're kind of meeting on Zoom, and it's kind of okay, but it's just not the same as going to Nisa's house and eating all her baking. And you will know what I mean, you know. Zoom is great, WhatsApp's great, Snapchat's great, but it's not the same. It's not the same as sitting with someone, seeing their face and giving them a hug. And it's really hard to not be with people, especially if you are a people person like me. You know, I admit it, I'm an extrovert. I thrive on being with people. And of course, hugely, I miss my family. I'm desperate to see my daughter, to hug my daughter, who is finding this even harder because friends are her support network. She has some quite serious mental health issues that she deals with incredibly well. She's the strongest person I know. But when all your support networks have been taken away, you know, all your friends who hold you up and just make you laugh, or you can just sit quietly with and they get it. To have that taken away is incredibly difficult. So if that's you, if you're one of those people who's really struggling to not be with people, or maybe, I don't know, you've had a falling out with your friends, or maybe you were struggling to settle into a friendship group and it was just beginning to come together at school, I don't know, but if you are struggling for any reason, you know, you can keep a diary just for you. You don't have to share it. The main reason I set up our Corona diary was for young people to have somewhere they could escape to, they could offload to, they could share their innermost secrets with. And by that very nature of that might mean that you do not want to share that with the world, and that is completely fine. Number one reason for setting up the diary project is for you to have a safe place to talk. Come on, Hardy. Of course, if you do want to share, that's great. And if you're worried that you won't be part of the archive if you don't share your innermost thoughts, do not worry about that. I am thinking we will have a whole list of people who took part in the project, but all they want to show us is the front cover of their diary, because it's private. It's private, and it's been a special place for them to escape. Finally, my final thing I want to say to you this morning is that if you are really struggling with your mental health, speak to an adult that you trust. If that's not your parents, or you find it really difficult to talk to your parents, and that's okay. Lots of people do, because they don't want to hurt their parents, or they don't want to upset their parents. So if you're a parent watching this, don't be upset if your child would rather speak to someone else. That's entirely normal. It's because they love you and they don't want to make you sad and worried. speak to the schools. Schools are contactable. I mean, they're not entirely closed, that you might not be able to go to school, but you definitely will be able to contact someone at school. And yep, I know there's going to be a lot of pressure on mental health services, but they will help you. And there are lots of resources on our mental health page on ourcorona.com, and there's a lovely and helpful and supportive message there from Dr. Alex, who is our onboard psychologist. It's going to be okay, guys. Do everything you can to support yourselves, and if keeping a secret diary is helpful to you, then do that too. You know, there's some tips on the website from me, actually, far more secretive than I ever thought I would be, and how to keep a secret diary. It could be as simple as stapling the pages together, because nobody can read it without you knowing, to stitching them together, to hiding it. Maybe I'll even do another video about code. That's like a lot of effort when you're trying to unburden yourself. Whatever it takes, look after yourselves. We're going to get through this, okay? We will. I'm sorry.
Hey, Theodore, like, what are we going to do tonight, man?
Theodore? You ain't hanging out with me calling me no Theodore.
Well, then, Slick, I said, what we going to do tonight, man?
I'm going to get most down.
Oh, yeah, and do what?
Hang out.
Yeah.
Hang it.
We're going club hopping, finger popping, this party's never stopping. We're hanging out, yes, hanging out. We're hanging out, hanging out. We're hanging out. Get it right tonight, gonna love you so right. Big fun all for you. First we shake